You're one of those people who has so much makeup. You have a huge collection. You don't even know what you have, but you keep buying more and more and more. This is when it's time for a makeup no buy. In this video, I'm going to talk about some problems that if you identify with these things, they might be clues that it's time for you to stop buying makeup for a certain period of time. These are things that helped me realize that I needed to stop buying makeup, and so I thought it would be helpful to share them. The first one is you never finish a product before buying the next one. So this happened to me. I would buy a product, I would use it a couple times or maybe a month, and then I would just not be excited about it anymore, so I would just buy another one, and I would never go back to that first product and try to finish it because it was never about using up my makeup. It was just about trying the next thing and the next thing. And when I bought products, I wasn't thinking about the lifespan of that product. I was just thinking about trying something new. And so finishing products or hitting pan was not even on my radar. That wasn't one of my goals. I didn't really care about if I finished a product or hit pan on it or not. So if you are just continually adding to your collection and it's just growing and growing and growing and nothing from that collection is being finished, that is a problem. It should not be just expanding exponentially. There should be items that you are getting rid of as you are purchasing new things. So that is problem number one. Problem number two, of course, this happened to me as well. I did not even know what I had. I had entirely lost track of my makeup collection. And this is because when I was no longer interested in a product, when I was bored of it, I would just put it into a makeup bag and sort of hide it away. I always had a certain amount of makeup that was sort of regularly on display or being used day to day, but then a lot of my makeup I would just put in bags in my closet or whatever. And some of these bags I completely forgot about. So when I was going through my makeup to try to figure out which items I could get rid of, I didn't actually look at my whole collection because I had forgot about some of those bags. If this is a situation you are in, if you don't even know where you're keeping all your makeup, or if you've entirely forgotten about some of the products that you purchased, that is also a major issue. Another clue is that you have lost creativity when it comes to your makeup. So despite having a huge collection of 20 palettes or whatever it is, you only use 10% of your makeup. And this might be because it's just so overwhelming you don't know where to start. You are always confined to your regular day-to-day products despite having so much. So this is something that I'm doing right now. I'm challenging myself to be more creative with my makeup. I'm reaching back and using older palettes that I haven't reached for in years. And I just hadn't done that. This goes back to not even knowing what you own, how many palettes you have, and also just being excited for the next thing and never using your full collection to its potential. So another clue is that you really don't need more makeup. Maybe this is controversial, but you sort of reach a certain point in your makeup game where you have enough. You can do any sort of look you like. You have all manner of eyeshadows, all colors. You have, all the different colors of blushes and bronzers, powder, whatever formula, and you could really do limitless numbers of looks. You even have your holy grails down. You have your favorites of your foundation, your mascara, your eyeliner, whatever it is. You don't need any more, and yet you keep buying more. So if this is you, really consider why you're buying more makeup. If it is not something that you need, if you're not trying to find a certain item and you're not replacing something, think about why it is that you are continually buying makeup. This next one sort of goes back to the having lost track of items, but it is that you haven't touched some things in years. So I'm not sure if you've heard of that idea about getting rid of clothing, that if you haven't worn something in 12 months, you're likely not going to wear it in the next year, so you might as well just get rid of it. Sort of similar with makeup. If you have not touched something in a year or in multiple years, realistically, you are not going to use it and it is just taking up space. And honestly, it is probably expired by now. So if you have items that you know of that you have not touched in years, you have not chosen to use, this is a clue that you just have too much. The next one is something that I have definitely experienced. You impulse buy a lot. Rather than having certain makeup products that you really want, that you are saving up for when you walk into a Sephora or a drugstore, you just make random purchase that you hadn't planned. While buying things spur of the moment may not necessarily be a bad thing, it usually means that you have not fully thought through the purchase as much as if you had done research on a product and maybe considered, do I have something super similar to this in my collection? You will probably also get bored of that item a lot quicker if you had just been thinking about buying it for 5 minutes than if you had been planning to purchase it for 2 months and really gotten excited about using that product. This may also mean that you are not buying as good quality products and your collection will be worse off for it. The last clue that it is time for a makeup no buy is that your goals are shifting. This is something that I have really noticed in myself. My goal in makeup used to be quantity over quality, so I would much rather have 3 makeup palettes that, were on the cheaper side, that weren't that great. I was just really excited about the idea of having 3 palettes rather than saving up for a more expensive palette. And now I can see that my goals are shifting and I would rather have quality makeup over quantity. And this doesn't necessarily equate to how much the makeup costs, but it often does. I think that the problem at the heart of this was that I wasn't trying to find products that I loved or build a solid makeup collection. I was just obsessed with newness and new things. And I just wanted to try everything out there. So if you are finding that you would rather invest in yourself and purchase makeup products that are going to last you a lot longer in terms of longevity and the quality and how long you're going to use it because of how interested you are in it, this is a clue that it's time for you to do a makeup no buy and really think about your makeup collection. So those are all of the clues that it is time for you to do a makeup no buy. If you identify with these things, if you're feeling attacked, don't mean for you to feel attacked, but it may be time for you to seriously consider your makeup collection, your purchases, think about doing a makeup no buy. And let me know how many of these things you identify with, because I spoke about all of these things from my experiences, but I'm sure not everybody feels exactly the same way, and there might be different clues for others. So please let me know your personal experiences. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed. I would love to hear about if you are doing a makeup no buy, if you are considering doing one, what your thoughts are about this whole movement in the beauty community, and please subscribe if you like the video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.